This is Japan's famed Mount Midoriyama, the world's most difficult obstacle course. Over the past 15 years, thousands of competitors have taken on this beast, but only 3 have ever conquered it. No American has ever defeated Mount Midoriyama.
Mount Midoriyama was showing no mercy.
Oh, doesn't get it.
And the dream is over.
But this year, that could all change, because for the first time ever, this mother of all obstacle courses has come to America, and more athletes than ever before are ready to take it on. Competitors from 6 different regions across the country will run qualifying courses, but only the top 100 competitors who embody athletic talent, mental fortitude, and single-minded commitment will earn the right to advance to the finals in Las Vegas. There, the fabled course has been constructed, brutal obstacle by brutal obstacle. The fastest American to conquer Mount Midoriyama will not only make history, but will walk away with a $500,000 prize. Who has what it takes to become the first American Ninja Warrior?
Welcome to Miami, Florida, long known for its sun-kissed beaches, international cuisine, and wild party life. But tonight, it's also home to a group of elite athletes looking to push themselves to the limit on this grueling obstacle course. The competition's heating up right here, right now, on American Ninja Warrior. I'm Matt Eisman alongside Olympic gold medalist Jonny Moseley, and we're coming to you from the campus of Florida International University for tonight's Southeast Regional Finals, where we are narrowing a field of 30 athletes down to just 15 who will move on to Las Vegas.
This is the 6th and final stop on a nationwide search that's taken us from coast to coast and back again. Along the way, we've seen nearly 1,000 competitors vie for a spot in the Las Vegas finals and a shot at the $500,000 grand prize.
Tonight could indeed be special because the Southeast region is shaping up to be the strongest of all. Yesterday on G4, we saw hundreds come out for the Southeast qualifiers to challenge a brutal obstacle course that left many stumbling, fumbling, and grasping at air. The most difficult obstacle the swing circle knew for this Southeast region took out athlete after athlete. But those who rose to the challenge displayed the athleticism and perseverance to finish the course and earn a place among our top 30. Among them, Bull Bullard, the Harlem Globetrotter who might be part entertainer, but proved to be all athlete when he put up a surprising 7th place finish. And returning veteran Drew Dreschel, only 9 months after last year's trip to Mount Midoriyama left him with a torn ACL, MCL, and cracked femur, he defied the odds to come back even stronger, finishing with the 2nd fastest qualifying time.
He's on a mission.
They are just 2 of the top 30 qualifiers, but only 15 will travel to Las Vegas to take on the most difficult obstacle course in the world, Mount Midoriyama. The odds are tough, but Johnny, this course is even tougher.
In qualifying, they faced 7 obstacles. Now they'll face 10 progressively harder obstacles, which will make endurance much more of a factor.
For more on this ruthless course, let's go down to our sideline reporter, Angela Sun.
Thanks, guys. As in qualifying, the quad steps come first. Competitors must avoid the water or they're out. Next is the log grip, where they have to survive 2 bone-rattling drops. On the bungee bridge, competitors will cross over a 4-piece bridge with platforms made entirely of unstable bungee cords. Then it's a 10-foot jump over the water onto the jump hang. From there, it's onto a brand new obstacle for the Southeast region, the swing circle. That's the obstacle that took out so many in yesterday's qualifying round. Then it's onto the wall lift, where athletes have to lift 3 consecutive heavy walls, each of increasing weight. Next, it's up the infamous 14-foot warped wall. Make it to the top, and it's time to see the new obstacles added for the regional final round. The first addition is the salmon ladder. They'll launch themselves from a mini tramp and grab onto the bar and thrust themselves upwards. Then it's on to Cycle Road. It'll require a lot of momentum to move from one wheel to the next until they can propel to the platform to the final obstacle, the cargo climb. It's an exhausting 30-foot ascent. Make it to the top, hit the buzzer, and you've completed this grueling course.
Thanks, Angela. Well, it's time to kick off the Southeast Regional Finals. First up in the starting blocks is Adam Hughes, a 30-year-old firefighter from Bonita Springs, Florida. There's his girlfriend, Natalie, on the sidelines. Adam told us they watched American Ninja Warrior together, and when he said he thought he could do it, she quoted Rocky III to him and said, "Go for it." And here he is in the regional finals.
Oh, and a slip, and he's stuck on the quad step.
But the firefighter stays dry, and he is through and onto the log grip.
Well, he says he benches 13 reps at 225 pounds, Matt. No problem holding on there.
Onto the bungee bridge. Oh, a little stuck up, but plows through. Nice recovery. Now the jump hang.
Beautiful.
He's got it.
He's having a little bit of trouble here getting up and over. We'll see if his strength and stamina hold up on this extended course.
Well, the swing circle is next, and with one mistake, it can end your night. Adam did complete it in qualifying, but he knows how difficult this obstacle has been. Will it be in his head?
And he's up.
Onto that first ring. Looks like he's going to go with the two-handed technique. His momentum already off, though, Johnny.
Yeah, here's the real danger of the swing circle. His momentum has shifted, going side to side now. That's what the swing circle will do. The second you lose control, it is such a fight to get yourself going in the right direction. It just takes so much energy.
And the longer you hang there, obviously, the more fatigued your arms get.
Yeah, he is in the no man's land, death zone hang right there.
Just looking completely exhausted. It will be amazing if he can recover at this point, but kicking those legs.
Starting to get a little bit going, but man, he's been hanging out there for a long time.
He had it by the fingertips, but could not hold on.
Well, we saw the exhaustion on the firefighter's face. It was a valiant effort to get his momentum moving in the right direction a little bit. And on the jump, he had the distance and was on target, but just no energy left to hold on.
Well, there's the Harlem Globetrotter Bull Bullard alongside Tennessee Titans defensive end Cameron Wembley. They're checking out the action so far. You know, we've had pro athletes at American Ninja Warrior in the past, but no one of the size of these two, Johnny.
Bull is 6'4", 225 pounds, and Cam is 6'4", 255 pounds. I'm psyched to see what they do on this extended course later tonight.
But in the starting blocks right now, 28-year-old physical therapy student Toshio Sidney Ando currently lives in Birmingham, Alabama, but his roots circle the globe.
My mother is Japanese American. My dad is Jewish from Mississippi, and they met while traveling in Mexico. They decided to stay there and have babies. As a child, I always felt different, but now it's a good thing because I feel at home wherever I am.
Toshio Sidney Ando is truly a citizen of the planet. That clash of cultures gave him more than just a worldview, it also gave him a wealth of athletic experiences. From Mexico and Latin America, he got the rhythm of dance. From his current home in Alabama, he perfected the skills of a rock climber and a slack rope daredevil. And he traveled halfway around the world to gain yet another physical skill.
I spent a year in Japan teaching English, and while I was there, I practiced judo and earned a black belt.
3 diverse cultures, 3 diverse athletic skill sets. But what brought him to American Ninja Warrior was the stirring lesson of a family member.
I first heard about Ninja Warrior while I was in Japan, but I kind of gave up on it for a while. But last summer, my 31-year-old cousin was diagnosed with cancer in his left shoulder. And that moment just made me want to seize the day, live out everything I can during my time on Earth. So I decided to go for it, and here I am.
We have good news. His cousin is currently cancer-free, and I'm sure he's enjoying Toshio's success here at American Ninja Warrior. And he's doing a little 2-step mambo across the quad steps there.
That was good, but it's going to be his rock climbing experience that's going to help him with the log grip.
No problem there on the bungee bridge. We saw Adam Hughes get caught up here. And, wow, nice little tuck and roll at the end there. Toshio looking very relaxed so far.
Yeah, he makes it to the cargo net. A little low usually means it takes more energy to get up, but he made it look easy.
Now the swing circle. Now this is where firefighter Adam Hughes went out. You know that's in Toshio's mind. Oh, catches himself on the trampoline. Little false start. But he's up onto that first ring.
Well, with his martial arts training, when it comes to the obstacles that rely on agility, this is exactly what I expected to see.
If you have the wingspan, that is the ideal technique. Now, the wall lift. Each wall progressively heavier. 45, 55 right here in the final wall. 65 pounds, sapping your strength right before you need it on the warp wall. And no hesitation from Toshio, right up the warp wall, and he gets it on his first try.
That was awesome.
A sprint right out of the final wall lift, straight to the top of the warp wall. His energy looking very strong at this point, but now the first of the 3 new obstacles, the salmon ladder. It's our first look at this tonight, and the first look for Toshio Sidney Ando.
Well, Matt, the salmon ladder takes a specific timing technique, and Toshio doesn't have a lot of experience with this obstacle. It's up to the first rung. Oh!
And Toshio Sidney Ando out on the salmon ladder.
Well, Matt, this is a timing move. That bar has to be kept perfectly level to get the right and left sides to snap into the rungs at the same time. He's looking at his left side, but the right side dips down and doesn't get onto the rung, and it's game over.
Still to come, competitors from all around the Southeast have come from all walks of life, including professional football player Cameron Wimbley.
I'm more than just a football player. I'm a husband and a father.
Daddy and his girl.
Professional free runner and coach David Flip Rodriguez.
Good job. Honestly, the $500,000 is amazing. I just really want the title.
Florida native Drew Dreschel.
What's up, guys?
He returns after a devastating injury at Mount Midoriyama last year.
His run was so promising up until now, but he is in a lot of pain.
Now I'm back stronger than I was last year.
And Harlem Globetrotter Bo Bullard.
I'm one of the most versatile players that we have on the team.
Who will earn a trip to Las Vegas for a shot at $500,000? Find out when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to Miami for more of the Southeast Regional Finals of American Ninja Warrior. I'm Matt Eisman alongside Olympic gold medalist Jonny Moseley, and we're cutting a field of 30 down to the 15 best athletes who will move on to Las Vegas. There, a group of 100 elite athletes will take on the world's toughest obstacle course, Mount Midoriyama, 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, but no American has ever conquered Mount Midoriyama, and right now, just completing this regional finals course is proving to be a challenge all of its own.
While you're away, 5 more athletes face the course. 2 shockingly going out on the quad steps, and 3 more at the warped wall. And there's one of our veteran American Ninja Warriors on the left, David Flip Rodriguez, passing along some wisdom to NFL pro Cameron Wimbley. Flip gave us the fastest time in yesterday's qualifying round, but if there's one guy who thinks he can beat Flip in these regional finals, it's Drew Dreschel. And he's standing by with Angela Sun right now.
Drew, it's been quite a road for you, and you're 1 run away from going to the finals. What would it mean to go back to Mount Midoriyama?
That would be absolutely magnificent, to go back and actually prove that I do have still what it takes, and not to mess up my leg. And me and Flip have a little friendly rivalry going on to see who can get the fastest time, so let's see how that works out.
Always good to push each other. Good luck tonight, guys.
Thanks, Angela. We'll look forward to seeing if Drew can deliver on his run later tonight. But right now, in the starting blocks, Amos Rendau, 29-year-old parkour instructor from Stuart, Florida.
Parkour is a sport that uses acrobatic techniques to negotiate obstacles. Amos displays it here and teaches it for a living. With parkour, you have to move with fluidity and be very smart-footed.
We'll see just how smart-footed he is here on the quad steps.
But now he's got to rely on his grip strength coming into the log grip.
And he makes it. The parkour instructor looking strong in the early. Oh! And he is out! He goes through the the bungee bridge, and Amos Rendau is out on just the third obstacle.
Man, Matt, you can see his right foot gets caught up on the bungees, and it sends him flying, and his momentum carries him too far, too fast. He has no chance at any recovery.
Up next, one of the most exciting entries in American Ninja Warrior this year. It's the defensive end for the NFL Tennessee Titans, Cameron Wimbley. Cameron Wimbley spends his Sundays fighting off 350-pound offensive linemen and chasing down quarterbacks, but he's always up for another challenge.
I think the mindsets are similar, being here and being out on the football field. It's about competing. My game plan is just to try to take some of the things that I've learned in football and in my training and apply them here. I'm looking forward to just getting out there and doing the best that I can. I'm more than just a football player. I'm a husband and a father. I think you start to look at a lot of things differently when you become a father. Having girls definitely makes you more sensitive.
Daddy and his girls.
They're probably going to be athletic too, but I still want them to be girly at the same time.
Yeah.
I told a lot of people I would be here, and hopefully I make them proud.
His daughters will have to get used to seeing him wear Titans blue. After graduating from Florida State, Cam played for the Cleveland Browns and then the Oakland Raiders, but in March of this year, he signed with the Tennessee Titans. Onto the quad steps. Beating them into submission, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, he is truly amazing. I mean, just
holding the law grip like it's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, a little stumble, a rough fall, but he is through. Onto the jump hang.
Wow.
Top rope.
You know, he is so impressive in qualifying, finishing in 9th place. I expect him to go even faster now that he's seen this course one time. He had some trouble right here on the swing circle once he got on.
What a jumper he is. And the long arms. He is, I can't overstate, 6'4", 255 pounds. We've never had a competitor with this size have the agility and strength to get through a course like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, you just have to put him right in there with he's just as nimble as many of the small little parkour guys. But he did have trouble on this warped wall. He literally, on qualifying, he hit the wall and still made it to the top.
Well, let's see the second effort.
Oh, incredible.
I don't know that the technique was great, but what athleticism to get his hand up and pull himself up to pull 255 pounds up to the top of that 14-foot tall warped wall. But now a new obstacle, Johnny.
He looks pretty gassed right now.
He does.
Woo, did you see him bend the bar?
Bending.
I'm not sure this course was designed for a guy his size.
His feet are almost touching the water.
I know, Cam's a strong guy, but his weight is going to work against him right now.
All that additional mass pulling him down, but he's up too wrong. This could be such an important differentiator. He's up, but has to touch that first spoked wheel to have completed it, and he does it. Look at those massive arms reaching out.
Yeah, he looks like he's laboring a little bit right here. That third wheel is really far, but he's using a nice swing of momentum.
Good technique and good momentum.
Yeah.
What are we seeing here?
Wow.
I'm amazed the wheels can hold him up.
Oh, boy. There we go.
And he did it.
Oh.
Cam Wimbley has completed the cycle road and is onto the cargo net. I think he may actually pull the top of the tower down to him. The net seems to be almost giving way underneath his bulk. Average play in football is probably less than 7 seconds here. He's been going hard for 3 minutes, 20 seconds, and the end is in sight, but he still has to keep digging to get to the top of this cargo climb. Let's be honest, there's still some strong competitors left to come, Johnny.
That's true. He has by no means secured a trip to Mount Midoriyama.
And this long journey up the cargo net could cost him, but the goal line is in sight for Cam Wimbley.
You know, when you see the effort it takes a professional athlete to get through this American Ninja Warrior course, you really appreciate how difficult it is. But he's conquering it at this point.
Well, I had a respectable time when I got to the bottom of the cargo net, but has slowed down substantially. I don't blame him. Please, Cameron, I'm not blaming you. Considering he had to lug a 6'4" frame, 255 pounds up, but he's done it. Cameron Wembley is our first competitor to complete the Southeast Regional Finals course.
Well, it was such a determined run. I'm so impressed with his versatility, his ability to get to the salmon ladder, having never seen it, and figure it out on the first try. That was amazing.
But let's go to Angela, who's standing by with an exhausted Cameron Wembley.
Cameron, wow, man. What would you want to tell your new teammates about what it took to complete the American Ninja Warrior course?
Man, that was tough. I think it brought my childhood asthma back. It was phenomenal. It was great to get out here and run the course and to be able to finish. I didn't know if I would be able to. That cargo climb almost took it out of me, but I was able to get through it, thankfully.
Well, congratulations. A very impressive run by Cameron Wembley. Guys?
Thanks, Angela. Well, let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands right now. With that performance, Cameron Wembley moves into first on the leaderboard. Our world traveler Toshio Sidney Ando falls to second, with Amos Rendell, the parkour instructor, landing at number 7. With 21 competitors left to run, we are just getting started. Still to come, Drew Dreschel attempts a miraculous return. Oh, stumble on the landing there, holding his knee.
Tore my ACL, my MCL. I tore both my meniscus.
His reconstructed knee is put to the test next on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. I'm Matt Eisman, and he's Olympic gold medalist Jonny Moseley. And we're coming to you from the campus of Florida International University for more of the Southeast Regional Finals. And while you're away, the athletes in this Southeast region have started to follow Cameron Wembley's lead. More competitors, including 37-year-old Travis Rosen from Franklin, Tennessee, have made it to the top of the tower. And on the leaderboard, it's Travis Rosen who now sits in the #1 spot with the fastest time of 2 minutes, 12 seconds. NFL pro Cameron Wembley, the first to complete this regional finals course, drops to 4th for now. World citizen Toshio Sidney Ando slips to 7th, and the firefighter Adam Hughes goes all the way down to 11th. Our next competitor's in the starting blocks. He's a 23-year-old used car lot marketing manager out of Gainesville, and last year he established himself as one of the strongest competitors around. It's Drew Dreschel.
My name's Drew Dreschel. I'm here at Magic Imports in Gainesville, Florida. You might have seen me in Japan last year, and I blew out my knee on the first stage.
Drew Dreschel looking strong as expected. He's down. He looks injured.
I tore my ACL, my MCL. I tore both my meniscus. I cracked my femur. I chipped my tibia. The recovery was pretty hard. I'm used to being able to do stuff. Like, if I want to do it, I'll work a little bit and I'll do it. But after like several weeks of not being able to walk around or not be able to put weight on it, it got to me a little bit. After a little while, my wonderful physical therapist got me back to normal. Now I'm back stronger than I was last year.
I am just as good as any contestant out there, and I have the willpower to drive myself further.
This year, I'm really motivated to push myself and make sure that I don't mess up. I have what it takes. I'm gonna be the first American Ninja Warrior.
And there's Drew's physical therapist, Joyce Shabazz, here to cheer him on.
Well, thanks to her, Drew answered all the questions about his fitness when he blazed through the qualifying course.
Looking good so far.
Well, he looks so strong considering how much damage he did to his knee. Fractured femur, chipped the tibia. I mean, he did as bad as you could do.
Wow, right to the top. He is walking proof what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Last year just blew me away with his raw athleticism, one of the most talented, athletically gifted ninjas we've seen, but he was prone to mistakes. Oh, missed the grab there, Johnny. The little askew.
Taking a little extra time. That's the thing with the swing circle. They'll start swinging sideways, and it's very hard to control. You almost have to come to a dead stop, which puts extra pressure on your forearms.
With that, though, by far the fastest to this point. Doesn't even stop for the warp wall. And you can see him, like, measure out his strides and springs right up it, and he is blowing the course away.
Well, of course, the warp wall is such a signature item for the American Ninja Warrior, so you'd expect a veteran like Drew to dice that thing up.
Taking a minute to regroup, though, onto the salmon ladder. A lot of experience on this obstacle, but we've seen people make mistakes before.
Well, he's definitely got a pretty fast pace going here. This is where mistakes could happen, but this is going to be the... Oh! Wow.
Good job regrouping, though.
Yeah, that was sketchy.
Wow, and there's a little showmanship out of Drew Dreschel. I gotta say, Johnny, last year I remember seeing him writhing on the ground in pain at Mount Midoriyama, his right knee utterly destroyed. I didn't know if we'd ever see him in the competition. Frankly, I thought we wouldn't. And to see this performance, it's truly inspiring.
Well, you can tell that he's gunning for a fast time. He said earlier that he has a friendly rivalry with the masked man, Flip Rodriguez.
But right now, he's trying to beat Travis Rosen's time of 2 minutes, 12 seconds. He's done it! He's done it. We can say it officially. Drew Dreschel is back, the fastest time in this Southeast Finals round. Johnny, unbelievable.
Yeah, sometimes when you get injured, too, it makes you train twice as hard, and it looks like he's done just that, putting himself in great position to be one of the top contenders to be the first ever American Ninja Warrior.
Well, we are halfway through the Southeast Regional Finals, and some of the best athletes from the qualifying round are still to come, all looking for a place in the top 15 and a shot at Mount Midoriyama. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, coming to you from Miami, Florida. 30 remarkable athletes are battling it out in tonight's Southeast Regional Finals. But 2 weeks from tonight, the Las Vegas Finals will be coming to you from Mount Midoriyama on G4 and NBC, where the athletes who advance have a chance to face 4 stages of bigger, more challenging obstacles than anything they've seen so far. Only the 15 best from each region earn the honor and the punishment of taking on the most difficult obstacle course in the world. And while you're away, several more athletes took their shot for a place among that top 15. Some fell short of the finish, but 4 others found the buzzer, including Thomas Hall, the 23-year-old student from Bradenton, Florida. So on the leaderboard, Drew Dreschel still on top at number 1. Thomas Hall finds himself cracking the top 5 in the number 3 spot. Defensive end for the Tennessee Titans, Cam Wembley, slips down to 9th. And Toshio Sidney Ando is now in 13th, while both firefighter Adam Hughes and parkour instructor Amos Rendau have been eliminated. Up next in the starting blocks, it's 24-year-old Ben Wicks, an acrobatic entertainer from Winter Park, Florida. And earlier tonight, he showed us what he can do on something called jumping stilts.
Oh, those jumping stilts would make it a lot easier to get up that warp wall, Matt.
Well, he's also a former gymnast, says his experience on the high bar gives him grip strength that's actually been measured at 150 pounds, more than double the average. Thinks that will give him an edge tonight.
That definitely should. Between the jump hang, swing circle, cycle road, that kind of grip strength ought to be a factor.
Well, across the quad steps, just like you'd expect from an acrobat. Right through the log grip. Good job. A stumble. Oh! Almost down on the bungee bridge. What a great recovery, Johnny.
That was a great recovery.
I'll tell you, his heart rate must be through the roof right now. This course at any second can rise up and bite you, and all of a sudden, your dreams of Las Vegas and $500,000 can be shattered. Great jump onto the swing circle.
I guess those jumping stilts are good training for the trampoline.
The acrobat from Winter Park showing off his aerial skills and his grip strength, moving cleanly through the swing circle.
You want to stay focused. You know, you can't lapse in judgment and think at some point, well, I got through that. That was the hard part. Now this one's easy. Every obstacle, you have to treat it individually and keep your focus.
First effort, and he does it. One hand, then pulls himself up to the top of the board wall in just over a minute. Wow, Ben Wicks turning in a strong performance. And he's on to the salmon ladder. told us he's never done anything like this obstacle, but does have 9 years of experience in gymnastics. Johnny, will that training get him through?
I don't know. There's no substitute for experience here. Taking his time on the salmon ladder.
He's a gymnast, though, has good body control and displaying it here. The bar askew, but makes the move onto Cycle Road, where his grip strength should be a huge asset. Oh, and he's out. It looked like he had it. Johnny, what happened?
I thought he was going to the end for sure. I mean, with 150 pounds of grip strength, this is about the least likely place for Ben Wicks to go out. Maybe he starts to let go of the wheel a little too early. You can see that little jerk motion. He definitely slipped off the wheel at the end, and his momentum takes him right into the water.
Sweaty hands. Difficult to hold on to metal rings. That's all I got to say.
So Ben Wicks' exit on the salmon ladder is enough to get him onto the leaderboard in 12th place for now. But with 7 more athletes still to come, including some of our strongest performers, his place in the top 15 is far from secure. Coming up, Harlem Globetrotter Bull Bullard may be used to beating the competition, but these other athletes are no Washington Generals.
They're tip-top shape just like me, but I will be the first American Ninja Warrior.
And later, our top qualifier, Flip Rodriguez, goes up against the American Ninja Warrior course. Right up the warp wall. Oh, my goodness.
Fear ain't no thing to me.
That's still to come on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior here at Florida International University. We're in Miami for the Southeast Regional Finals, the last in our nationwide search for 100 elite athletes to travel to Las Vegas to take on Mount Midoriyama. And while you were away, we saw several more make their bid for a spot in the top 15. And they proved to be up to the challenge. 5 more athletes conquered this regional finals course, including Jared J.J. Woods, the 25-year-old from Miami. So on the leaderboard, Jared Woods takes over at number 3. The other 4 finishers all doing well enough to place among the top 10, which means the jumping stilts acrobat Ben Wicks and Toshio Sidney Ando have both lost their chance at Mount Midoriyama. NFL pro Cameron Wimbley now falls to 14th. He's hoping the remaining competitors don't finish with a faster time. Our next competitor is the other pro athlete in the competition, 27-year-old Bull Bullard. He's been a Harlem Globetrotter for 4 years, but his road to stardom has not been easy.
Growing up, it was real tough. It was real hard. I was in foster care until the age of 15. We had guys going the wrong way, but in my family would always push me to go the right way because they wanted somebody to succeed in the family. I was on a positive path all the way up until I became a Harlem Globetrotter. We were in a different city every night. I mean, we play basketball 7 to 9 times a week. I'm one of the most versatile players that we have on the team. I do a lot of backflips. When I was a kid, I used to jump off elementary schools, do backflips off elementary schools, just to show my versatility. Whenever I get to the starting lineup, I'm gonna get up there, I'm gonna smile, wave at the crowd, then I gotta put on my serious face. Just go out there and take it on.
Well, what can I say? In qualifying, he impressed us so much, having never seen most of these obstacles and glided through effortlessly.
And Bull, look at that long stride right through the quad steps.
Well, the question is, does he have the endurance to deal with the 3 new obstacles?
But I like that, a cautious approach there on the bungee bridge.
Well, this is a different Bull than we saw in qualifying. He was entertaining the audience. He was not a favorite. He was definitely just here to have a good time. And I think he really surprised himself and a lot of us by being so good. Now I think he's smelling $500,000 in Mount Midoriyama.
And that's a strong jump. He's so tall, he actually had to hold back to catch the first ring at Swing Circle. This is the competitor. This is not for the crowd. This is not to beat the Washington Generals. This is for himself and for a chance to go to Las Vegas.
Well, he's got his game face on. He hasn't even taken one look at the audience.
And for Bull Bullard, that's saying something.
Oh, from the bottom. So awesome. Oh, God.
Actually, quite terrible technique, but his unbelievable jumping skills saves the day. But now he faces a real test because the salmon ladder is all about technique, and Bull has never seen anything like it. A little awkward on the bar. We know he can jump with his legs. Let's see what he can do with his arms. Whoa!
Doubles it up!
He skipped a run! Unbelievable. He's never been on the salmon ladder.
Oh, this is too much. 128. Where did this guy come from? The Harlem Globetrotters is where he came from.
And 6'4", 225 pounds. He is blowing through the course. He is positioned to have the fastest run through this finals course, Johnny.
Truly just a gifted athlete. It doesn't hurt to have such a high vertical. We were questioning his endurance, and he said, look, I do Harlem Globetrotter shows 7 days a week. That keeps me in shape.
And you know what? He writes his own poetry, Johnny, and at this point, he's going to have a great epic tale to write about.
Hey, guys. How's it going? They call me Bull Bullard for a reason.
And Bull Bullard playing to the camera at the top of the tower as he completes this finals course, still the entertainer. And there he is, flashing the crowd his signature bullhorns. Well, in every region, someone comes out of nowhere to surprise us, and I think Bull Bullard has done just that. Let's go to Angela, who's with him right now.
Bull, you blazed through your run. Very impressive. The salmon ladder, you double jumped that. Have you even done a salmon ladder before?
I've never done none of this stuff before, actually. The salmon ladder, I was hearing about guys' technique, how they was going to do it like this and this and this. I just thought if I pull myself up and just reach out my full extension, I'd get up as high as I did, and I jumped too. I was surprised myself.
You got the wingspan to do it. Congratulations.
Yeah, I needed the focus. Now I can shake and tell everybody right now, put the horns up, put your horns up, put your horns up.
Horns up, guys.
Thanks, Angela. Well, with that performance, Bull Bullard takes over the number 5 spot on our leaderboard. But his success puts another competitor at risk, none other than fellow pro athlete, Tennessee Titan Cameron Wembley. He is now in 15th place, and that's puts the NFL Pro defensive end on the dreaded hot seat. If the last runner completes the course in a faster time, Cam Wembley will be eliminated from the competition. Coming up, David Flip Rodriguez, our very last competitor of the Southeast Regional Finals, is planning to go all the way.
It's going to take a lot. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's definitely doable.
Next on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. Well, this is it.
Here we go. 1 run left. The fate of 2 men hangs in the balance. Young Flip Rodriguez is about to step on the course, and NFL pro Cameron Wembley is on the hot seat. One will head to Las Vegas to compete for $500,000. The other is going home.
And this is the moment we've been waiting for. The last runner in the Southeast Regional Finals, wearing his signature mask, the pride of Miami, 23-year-old David Flip Rodriguez. He put down the fastest time in the qualifying round. Tonight, he wants to match it.
The main reason behind the mask is because it reminds me of everything I've been through. I have the mask painted black and white. Black is for the past, you know, the negative, and I have the white for the positive, the future. When I have it on, you can't tell what I'm feeling, you can't tell what I'm thinking, you can't tell anything. Just reassures me that any obstacle in front of me is not impossible to beat.
Yes! I'm gonna be the next American Ninja Warrior.
My normal day consists of teaching free running and parkour. We're here teaching the youth class, ages anywhere from 5 to 9. I push my students to do the best they can do and try to perfect everything they can. Just strive for the best. Honestly, the $500,000 is amazing. I just really want the title, because the title is something they can't take from me ever.
Flip has friends, students, and family here on the sidelines. A lot of support out here tonight.
And Drew Dreschel is watching this run intently. These two have their own competition going. It's more of a rivalry, actually, who can finish faster.
Drew completed the course in 2:04, and that's the time for Flip to beat. Flip sporting a new mask, and here he is on the quad steps. 2-foot approach. Wise doesn't want to risk going out on an obstacle he's done before.
Well, he was so fired up to have won qualifying. His girlfriend told us he did a cold plunge and played Halo to get ready.
And a good jump there. But again, you know he's gunning for Drew Dreschel's time, but when you go fast, you open yourself up to mistakes, Johnny.
Well, for sure, he's got to play it a little bit smart here. You know, you don't want to get out there and have something to prove when it's unnecessary, but something tells me he doesn't play it that way.
Young Flip, he's one of the brashest competitors you'll ever meet. A wonderful guy, but loves to talk a little trash. And he said he was going to be the fastest one through this final scores. Look at him going right up the warp wall. Wow! Last year, one of the youngest competitors, 21 years old, and this year he's a veteran. Wearing his shirt from Mount Midoriyama last year.
Well, he's got to get through this critical salmon ladder. Oh,
and he
double jumping it.
Wrong, unbelievable. No question, Flip is looking to beat the top time of 2:04.
He's got a whole crew of friends and students here that he teaches parkour and free running to.
And with only the cargo climb remaining and just 1:24 on the clock, it's looking like Cameron Wembley will be eliminated. But Drew Dreschel has to be watching, supportive of the friend with whom he went to Mount Midoriyama last year, but also a little envious. It looks like Flip is gunning for his top time, 2:04, and Flip is in striking distance of that.
He seems to be wavering a little bit here. He's got to keep up the pace. He's going to get Drew Dreschel.
8, 7, 6, a little stumble, 5, 4.
Tired.
Young Flip makes good on his boast. The masked man, the hometown boy in Miami, has the fastest time in the Southeast Regional Finals.
Well, it was such a clean run, and I was curious to see how he would handle the pressure of qualifying first and running last. Such a tough position to be in. It gives me a lot of faith that he's got what it takes to become the first ever American Ninja Warrior.
But with that, professional football player Cameron Wembley must say goodbye.
It's a fun ride, guys. See you later. Appreciate it.
The Tennessee Titan made an inspired run, but won't make the trip to Mount Midoriyama because this region is so packed with talent. Speaking of which, let's go to Angela, who's with the man of the hour, Flip Rodriguez.
Wow, Flip Rodriguez, the master of speed. You just blazed through that course. Last year, you were a rookie. This year, you're coming in as a veteran. How is it different?
More experience, that's about it. Just more experience and changing my training a little bit.
And what do you think about this course?
It was awesome, super hard, not even gonna lie. It took a lot out of me.
I know you want to go celebrate, so congratulations. We'll let you get to it.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Angela. So we now have the 15 athletes who will be representing the Southeast region in Las Vegas. And they will be led by the masked man himself, David Flip Rodriguez, with Drew Dreschel less than 2 seconds behind. Bull Bullard of the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters also makes the trip, alongside an outstanding group of athletes, all of whom completed this regional finals course. These 15 will now join the finalists from every region and move on to Las Vegas to take on the most difficult obstacle course in the world. Make sure to tune in 2 weeks when we see the best of the best attempt to make history on Mount Midoriyama. For Jonny Moseley and Angela Sun, I'm Matt Eisman, and we'll see you next time on American Ninja Warrior.
Now, a look at the next all-new American Ninja Warrior here on NBC.
These athletes have beaten nearly 1,000 competitors and pushed themselves beyond the limits. 2 weeks from tonight, it all leads up to this, the finals in Las Vegas. Do these champions have what it takes to conquer the next phase of the toughest challenge on Earth? The American Ninja Warrior Finals begin 2 weeks from tonight here on NBC. And don't miss new episodes Sunday 9, 8 Central on G4.